Hello, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be talking about how to get more bang for your buck with working with propagating succulents and cacti. We have a couple of different things we're going to walk through, talk about leaf cuttings, we'll talk about actual cutting off plants, and then we're also going to talk about splitting your plants. Right here in front of me I have some examples of some leaf cuttings that I've already done that you can see are starting to root already. Different varieties of echeverias, calancho, some opuntia cactus. I like to start with just kind of taking a leaf off, like this little burro's tail. As we might know, this is a little bit volatile, can kind of break a lot. So definitely save these little guys. And you can see this one right here is starting to root. It has a little bit of soil on it, a little bit of rosette coming off of it. This is a stage of how it's starting to develop off the leaf and really starting to come alive. Different stages of how you would pop off one of these, like this, a little opuntia like that, and you'll see kind of a raw edge. You want to make sure that that kind of cures and don't want to put it right into moist soil. You'll have a tendency to have that plant rot out. So I like to let it dry for a minute, and then when I'm ready to plant it in my soil, or some really cool blocks here that you can use for propagation as well, you'll use, what I like to use is some root hormone that's powder. It comes in water soluble too, but I really like the powder, I think is the best. And you'll just kind of give it a little bit of dip in there like that. And then when you're ready, you'll just kind of start to put it in the soil like this. Or you can take the leaf and just rest it on top of the soil like this. And that's what you're starting to see a little bit of that root come in. With the clipping, you'll take some shears that are clean with alcohol, or I use salt and lemon to clean my shears. And some plants that get kind of maybe too big for your pot, or you're feeling generous and you want to give some away for a holiday, you'll just take an end and you'll just give it a clean cut. And again, you're going to have an open wound, so you really want to make sure that that cures, almost scabs over a little bit. It doesn't hurt to put it in the root hormone at this point, but I really don't want to put it directly into soil. However, you can use the blocks for this. This is an example right here of an echeveria that started to root. It's a perfect time. Again, you can dip it in the root hormone if you like. It just is a little bit of aid. You can either put it directly into soil or into one of these little propagation blocks. All these kind of plants, this jade, the calanchos, these are great plants to do cuttings off of. And they really can go a long way in making more plants, especially plants that you love. The other way to do propagation, besides the leaves and the clippings, is to actually do the separation of the plants. And I always look for really full plants in nurseries. You have multiple plants in this 1 6-inch, just like this one here, this agavoides. Look how many amazing little babies are off of here. So one way you can do it, like this echeveria, is I can just kind of gently tug, and that'll just pop off like that. Again, you're going to have an open wound, so be careful and be mindful of that. Dip it in the root hormone, or lay it like this, just a nice airy tray, and let that start to root out. In separating, like these really huge ones, even the string of pearls, I get asked about this a lot, the senecio. I do want to point out, when we're talking about propagation, just being mindful of their root system. Some are more long, some are very fine and shallow, like these string of pearl senecio. And plants can definitely take a little bit more manhandling than we think sometimes. So I'm going to gently just kind of start to pull this apart. Ideally, I could really make this into 3. So I would take this already has a root, I don't need to worry about any enhancement. Just grab an already nice pretty vessel or something else that you want to plant it in, and you're just going to put it right on top of the soil like that. Backfill it with more soil, or maybe start to make an arrangement. Get crazy exciting and creative here. This is a Haworthia. These are lots of little plants in here. You can see how easy it is to just kind of pull that one little guy out. This is good for smaller arrangements, or again, if you want to gift something. I mean, this is like 5 different Christmas gifts to me. This is like awesome. So pulling this little guy out, I'm going to leave that little trio with it because it looks cute. And this is how I'm starting to kind of take 2 plants, and now I'm creating different things with it.